Estimadas amigas, estimados amigos, una vez más con todos ustedes aquí, Lucho como gamer. Se me ha cortado el vídeo, la típica hora que no controlo nunca. Y bueno, estábamos aquí en la tienda de la maga Morgan esta. Y aquí podemos vender también objetos, por ejemplo, ¿no? No sé. Estos arcos solamente se los podemos vender a... Solo poder equipar la elfa, ¿no? Entonces, pues no sé. Arco simple. Pues yo esto no lo voy a poner. Pues se lo vendo. Me llevo 112 monedas, ¿no? Gran arco de salud. Arco corto. Este también es chunguete. Aunque aumentan los puntos de salud. Pero este es mejor, ¿no? Pues entonces este fuera. Lo vendo. Este arco, por ejemplo. No sé qué se sue. No sé qué se sue. Es de nivel 2. Probabilidad de incendiar enemigos. Daño a enemigos dracónicos. Vale. Este arco es el que llevaba yo. No me dan nada. Vamos a dejar este por si lo quiero. Estos arcos tienen además algo especial. Este no, por ejemplo. Este es de nivel 5, pero es de nivel 5. Pendientes, capa de piel, que es la que llevaba yo de inicio, capa real. La puedo llevar también el enano. La cazador de sabios nivel 4. Bueno, pues ya está. Vale, vamos a ver al hada.
When you enter the laboratory, the fairy frantically flits around you, as if it senses your uneasiness. Upon seeing Lucaine's bones, the fairy enters into a panic. She begins tugging at your arm to get you to leave the tower. The fairy is apparently attempting to lead you somewhere. You collect Lucaine's bones and follow her.
Venga, lo que hará que la lleva al templo para resucitarlo.
As you enter, a kindly voice echoes from the back. You seem to be in need of help, a monk says, and approaches you. You nervously hand the monk the bones of Lucaine. Allow this heart to beat again. Quench their thirst. Lead the wandering soul back. Reverse death. And awaken them. The prayer reaches the goddess, and the pile of bones is once again given flesh. Lucaine, shocked to find himself alive, thanks you profusely. He tells you to visit him at his laboratory and leaves.
Vale.
The resurrected magician has returned to the old tower in town. You decide to see him to ask more details.
A ver, vamos con el hada. Vale.
The magician Lucaine is waiting for you in the laboratory of the old tower.
Vale. Este es Gandalf.
It seems that dying had an adverse effect on his short-term memory. Lucaine can't remember why he went to meet Wallace. Lucaine is researching magic called runes, which are closely tied to spirits and fairies. Lucaine introduces his fairy friend to you. Her name is Tiki. She left the fairy forest due to her strong curiosity. He thanks you again for saving him and allowing him to enjoy life's rich pageant. He displays his magic trinkets. Lucain says he'd be happy to sell you these items at a fraction of the normal price and answer any questions you have.
Pues ya que la salva, podría haber regalado algo, ¿no?
What will you ask? Lucain says that he would be delighted to discuss this and launches headlong into a discussion about runes. Runes are magical letters that spirits and fairies carved into the world. You may have seen them yourself. Touching runes makes letters sparkle and float. Runes are a combination of 3 characters that create various effects. However, runes won't work unless a spirit or fairy is present. That's what you gather from Lucain's long lecture. Before you realize it, Tiki is following you around. She seems to have taken a liking to you. She will accompany you on your adventures henceforth. Fairies are known to be adept at finding hidden things.
Vale. Venga. También podéis ir, sin tener que andar, podéis ir a los sitios.
A letter from the castle has come to you via the guild. It simply says to report to the castle in all haste.
You're back.
Tengo un punto de habilidad. Fica. Mantén el pulsado cuadrado. Vale.
You have a request.
Y ahí a ver si puedo ayudar a los
You
abejeros.
assume that the letter was sent by the Prime Minister. Perhaps he has another request for you.
Pero ahora no voy allí. Voy a ir a ayudar a los abejeros. ¿Dónde está la hada? Ahí, vale. Que sí, que quieres que vaya ahí, pero no voy a ir ahí. Que quiero hacer la misión que tengo aquí, hombre. La de los abejeros. Aunque ahora voy yo solo, no viene nadie conmigo, pero vamos a ver si no la voy a liar. Porque no he grabado. Ya digo que las misiones las puedes hacer solo si quieres o acompañado. Si vas acompañado, salen más enemigos. No. Escarabajo, subterráneo de Hydeland. No, eso no es lo que yo quiero. Volvemos a la ciudad, sí. No, no me deja hacer esa misión. Bueno. Vale, pues nada, iremos al castillo.
Count Dean is waiting for you at the throne room. It is he who sent the letter. After your previous encounter, you can only assume that he's up to something nefarious. You brace for combat. The guards have drawn their swords and are blocking the exit. Count Dean starts talking to you in a soft voice. He says that he has personally requested your assistance in performing a task for him. He wants you to scout Bilberan Fortress on the border. This underground fortress is a well-known structure. Originally built to defend against the Orc army, it now lies in Orc hands. Scout them and learn their invasion routes. It is a very dangerous mission, but refusal means that you will be at the mercy of Dean's guards. You accept.
¿Qué remedio, no? Aceptamos la
Per
misión.
Count Dean's request, you agreed to infiltrate and surveil the subterranean fortress at the country's border.
Bueno, pues vamos a ir a la taberna y vamos a hacer que vengan dos compañeros con nosotros porque es una tarea difícil. Ahí está la hada.
Oh, yeah!
Vamos a guardar. ¿Y yo puedo elegir el equipo de los amigos? No. Dice, destruye el cargamento orco. Que se quedan atrás, tío. Ya llevamos un grupo numeroso. Somos 5, incluido la hada. Vale. Bueno, a ver dónde nos mete el individuo este.
The Orc army presently controls Bilberon, the underground fortress built into the canyon. The King's army has been mounting a fierce offensive to try and reclaim the fortress.
It's my turn.
Venga, vamos a ir.
Outstanding.
No, espera. Eso es. ¿Qué es esto? ¿Hay algo más? Vale.
You step into the enemy kitchen. A corpulent chef grabs a goblin instead of meat and suddenly stops. The cook, sensing your presence, stares directly at you. Luckily, her sight's not so keen, so she doesn't notice you. Eventually, the chef returns to her meat cutting. You use the goblin's screams to mask your escape.
Bueno, parece que nos hemos librado por los pelos. No, déjale las armas que cojan temporales a ellos. Vale, he cogido las armas estas. hace esta? Y un montón de huesos, cógelo. Qué tontería, ¿no? Vamos.
I got it. Oh, I can do that. Oh, yes. Voila.
Voilà, venga. ¿Ya?
Enemies!
La han matado, tío.
An ambush!
It's my turn.
La emboscada.
Oh my.
¿Qué le pasa al enano, tío? El enano está fatal, ¿eh? Joder con el enano, tío. ¿Está ya muerto?
Filthy Luca.
Creo que hay fuego amigo también a veces. Aunque no hace daño, pero lo que hay.
They're here!
Coge la antorcha, hombre.
Outstanding.
Que nos iluminamos. Coge eso. ¿Qué pasa, hombre?
Filthy
Qué
lucre.
barbaridad. Si un aliado se queda sin puntos de salud y no le quedan puntos de vida, aparecerá el mensaje continuar. Haz clic en su retrato antes de que se agote el tiempo para ofrecer oro y revivirlo. Ah, vale, que me cuesta a mí. Que me cuesta dinero, vamos.
Oh my. That really hurts. Oh, I can
¿Pero
do
qué le
that.
pasa al tío ese? Ábreme esto, tío.
Oh my.
¿Soy incapaz de abrirlo con el fuego, tío? Espérate, espérate, a ver qué pasa. Si el fuego no se quita, tío.
Let's see. Oh, quit it.
No, pues no abre, tío. No lo abre. Porque hay fuego, tío. ¿Pero qué pasa? ¿Que ya no se quita el fuego? ¿Y cómo paso yo ahora por ahí, macho?
It's my turn. Please.
No abre.
Oh, quit it.
Ah, vale, con los barriles apagamos el fuego, ¿no? ¿O no? Espérate, porque yo tengo ya...
That really hurts.
Hay un cofre que no hemos podido coger, tío.
Quit it.
Porque... Bueno. Hasta ya muerto otra vez, tío. Y
At
me
the
cuesta
bottom of
dinero,
the
¿eh?
stairs is an area connected to the sewers. This seems your most likely escape route.
Venga, coge algo. Y coméroslo ya, venga. Vale, el nano ha comido algo. Vale. Luego funcionan bien, tienen inteligencia, van comiendo si hace falta.
Enemies!
Ahí va la hostia. Ah, vale, ha muerto la maga, vale, vale. Venga, vale, repito. Oh, por la tela, vamos. Muertos los dos, tío. Venga, venga, vale. Es que no esquivan, tío. He tenido que resucitarlo varias veces Porque no actúan bien cuando hay enemigos potentes, ¿eh?
After defeating the Minotaur, you move through the sewer's filth. The reconnaissance mission went well. You gathered intel and slipped back across enemy lines.
Claro, dinero usado en esta ronda 450. Si no hubiera perdido a los compañeros. Hemos subido de nivel. Y 2 niveles hemos subido. Vale.
Among the treasures you claimed is the great sword of the hero Javelin.
¿Y esa espada la puedo usar yo? Lo que pasa es que los objetos que no son para mí, ¿qué pasa? Los tengo que vender, ¿no? Porque no se los puedo equipar a los otros.
You succeeded in acquiring intel on the underground fortress. This job will be completed once you report to Count Dean.
Bueno. Sí, vale. Puedo pulsar el botón táctil para ir al castillo, pero si no quiero no lo hago. Voy yo andando y disfruto del paisaje, pero bueno.
You report everything you learned to Count Dean. Unfortunately, you also mention the hero's legendary sword. Naturally, he demands the great sword, but at least he's in a good mood now. He thought you'd just flee, but you didn't. It seems that he thinks much more highly of you now. Dean confides in you some of the problems in the castle. Once the king went missing, the Prime Minister began recommending the Archduke MacNeil of Bulgar to the throne. Bulgar is an aggressive nation to the north. MacNeil is related to the King of Hydeland and has a legal claim to the throne. Count Dean claims that MacNeil has been rallying nobles in Hydeland to support his claim to the throne. That's why Dean hired Tommet to steal the scepter. He says that Tommet is extremely trustworthy, so long as he is paid. Suddenly, the Prime Minister and the Princess appear. It seems you are being watched. The Count glowers and departs. The Prime Minister warns you not to involve yourself any further. The Princess, as usual, looks back with blank eyes.
Bueno.
Since you completed the job at the castle, you return to the Adventurers Guild to tell them what transpired.
Bueno, vamos a ir al gremio. Venga. Pero que a mí me gusta ir andando, no así, pero como me está diciendo que toque el panel táctil.
Roland
venga.
also happens to be here to report on a job. However, Samuel is not here. Roland is waiting for him to return. Roland thinks that he just missed him and asks you to track down the Guildmaster and bring him back.
Este nada más que hace pedido, ¿eh? ¿Esto qué? Ataque deslizante. Venga. Vale, muy bien.
You look for Samuel, the Guildmaster. He should be somewhere in town.
Por la ciudad. Pero antes vamos a ver lo que tenemos de equipo. Que este es mejor. Que este arco es más bueno que el que tengo yo puesto, equipado. ¿Qué tengo? Arco corto de ánimo. 6-11. Arco largo. Collar de oro. Esto no da nada. Un amuleto, pero ¿te da algo? Nada. No da nada. Este sí da resistencia física más 5%. Pero el collar de oro y la bota de cazador tampoco dan nada. Así que yo creo que esta la voy a vender. Y el collar de oro no da nada. Dice amuleto, pero no da nada. Ah, defensa. Vale, da defensa. Espera. Defensa 7. A ponerlo, venga. Vale, no podemos llevar. Vale.
Welcome to my shop. What would you like?
Para la taberna. Bebiendo. ¿No está?
Wandering one, how can I...
You stand before the goddess statues, Jula, Althena, and Vernus. These statues have all crumbled. Texts say the goddesses sacrificed themselves to defeat a dragon, which caused their likenesses to degrade as well. Althena, the one in the center, is the goddess of compassion, battle, and odyssey, making her popular with adventurers. If your party falls during your adventure, a prayer to Althena and a tithing of your money will resurrect the party. If you are repeatedly depending on her grace, the amount you must offer for her services will continually increase. A giant man in armor finishes his prayers and turns around. His pensive expression quickly turns fierce as he sees you. He tells you that he was praying because he has sent many friends to look for the king, but they haven't found the slightest clue. When you ask to help, Samuel just nods and hands you a request form. It's the same request the temple gave you. In a remote region, marriageable girls are disappearing one by one. The catacombs are believed to be linked somehow. As you leave the temple, a ragged old man slumped in the road calls out to you in a gravelly voice. His raspy voice makes it difficult for you to discern if he's even speaking your language. You can give him a coin if you feel pity for him. Of course, you're free to walk away as well. He doesn't even acknowledge the coin. You probably won't be able to communicate with him, no matter how long you strain your concentration. To solve the mystery of the disappearances, you head to the catacombs, where the villagers fear to tread.
Bueno, vamos ahí a por los compañeros. Nivel 2. Vale. Vamos a coger otros compañeros, vamos a resucitar a otros compañeros aquí.
Wandering one, how can I help you?
Victoria.
Allow this heart.
Vamos a coger a esta Victoria.
Allow this heart to beat again. Quench their thirst. Lead the...
Voy a quitar esto porque es lo mismo que antes.
As you leave the temple, a ragged old man slumped in the road calls out. His raspy voice makes it difficult for you to discern. You can give him a coin if you feel pity for him.
Vamos a elegir aliado. Victoria. Bueno, espérate un momentito porque puedo resucitar a otro. Y que venga otro conmigo más capacitado.
Wandering one, how can I help you?
Allow... As you leave the temple, his raspy voice... You can give him a coin if... He doesn't even acknowledge the coin. You probably won't be able to communicate.
Vale, pero espérate, vamos a coger...
All right.
Vale. Llevamos un guerrero, un mago y una maga. Está bien. Haz una cosa. Voy a poner los atajos que se me olvidan siempre. Ajustes de atajo. L1. Eso es. Si es más fácil que no tener que hacer esto así. Bueno, yo creo que las impresiones de inicio del juego son muy buenas. Y como digo, se puede jugar también en cooperativo. Pues magnífico. Castillo de los Muertos. Mira. Parece la abadía de la monja. De la película de Nan, de la monja.
In the catacombs, stark white bones are strewn about the ground as far as the eye can see. The sheer number of the deceased is the only indication left of this area's former prosperity.
Cuidado con las babas.
It's my turn.
Venga, vamos, anda.
A strange knight stumbles out of the darkness towards you. You surmise that he is not of this world. The knight is muttering to himself, as if in a daze. If I end my own life, they can no longer sacrifice. When you move closer, the knight extends his hand. He's holding a scroll. When you accept it, the knight disappears. The path ahead of you is connected to the ruins of the castle colloquially called the Castle of the Dead. In olden times, whenever a girl disappeared, the locals would say she'd been called to the Castle of the Dead.
I got it.
Because ghosts are incorporeal, they are completely immune to physical attacks. Their weakness is light. Torchlight will drive them off.
Que coge la antorcha para acabar con los fantasmas, tío. Está bien, ¿eh?
Let's see. What? I got it. Simple.
That really hurts.
It's my turn.
You saved a village girl. You must protect her now.
Vale, ahora tenemos que proteger a la joven de la aldea. ¿Esto qué es? Vale, ven para acá. Que aquí hay otra.
You saved a village girl. You must protect her now.
Thank you.
¿Cuántas tengo? ¿3 de la aldea? ¿3 jóvenes de la aldea? 2. Tengo 2, ¿no? Si no entras en esas habitaciones no rescatas a las chicas.
How bothersome. Oh, I can do that. Oh my.
Este lo coge todo. El que va conmigo lo coge todo. Para acá, para acá, para acá.
Outstanding. Filthy Luca.
¿Ha muerto una de las
Oh, I
muchachas,
can do
tío?
that.
Creo que sí que ha muerto una, tío. Joder.
I got it. Done. Filthy Luca. Oh yes. Oh yeah.
The vampire smirks, flies away. You saved a village girl. You must protect her now.
Total, que hay vampiros aquí.
protect the village girl. If she is bitten by the others, she will become a vampire as well.
Bueno, ahora está mal la cosa. Hemos acabado con las vampiras.
The kidnapped girls had been turned. They are now vampires, attacking other people. You utter a silent prayer, hoping that you have slain the last vampire, and leave the ruins.
Vale, hemos subido el
In your
nivel.
hands is the bloody scroll that the ghost knight had given you.
Vale. Esto para mí no es. Y no se lo puedo equipar al otro, pues esto. Lo venderé. Es que no se lo puedo equipar a los compañeros. Porque, por ejemplo, en el Warhammer Vermintide sí
You
puede
have
equiparle.
unraveled the mystery of the village girls' disappearances. Obtain your reward at the guild.
Yo recuerdo que si puedes, en el Warhammer Vermintide sí puedes ponerle objetos a distintos personajes, aunque no los estén manejando. Abres las cajas. Y si estás con otro personaje puedes abrir la caja, pero claro, aquí eso no pasa. Aquí tengo yo mi equipo, pero ya está. Vamos a vender algo aquí.
Welcome to my... What would you like?
Armas. Armas que nos sirvan. Marco largo de agudeza es el que llevo equipado. No, no, hasta nivel 8 no lo puedo poner. Lo que sea nivel bajo. Por ejemplo, este. Suerte. Eso es suerte. Ah, ¿no? Puedes bloquearlo.
Which one do you want?
Vale.
What would you like?
Mejor usamos esta que tenga 7 usos. Aunque le quedan 14 usos, pero bueno. Vamos al gremio. Nos dan damisela desaparecida, un trofeo.
You are curious about the bloody scroll. You show Samuel the scroll and tell him what you saw in the catacombs. After examining the scroll, the signature and other details indicate that it is a letter from the king to the princess. It is a report telling her that he had obtained the dragon's crown. You wonder if this letter is true. You can't deny that the ghost was clad in mail that was eerily similar to the king's armor, so perhaps this is true.